Welcome to the Empowered Soul podcast, MC Mama Bird's Chirps, a cozy audio nest of soulful musings and heart-made creations. If you're a mystical soul craving connection and inspiration, you've found your flock. Hi, I am MC Mama Bird, a mama, artist, and yoga and meditation guide, here to share love-rooted stories, tingling conversations with inspiring souls, and everyday magic for your soul and your family. This is where we awaken to our true selves together. Now let's take a deep breath and let our wings stretch wide to enjoy the ride. Welcome, beautiful souls in a human experience on this earthly journey. Thank you for being here, sharing your incredible life with us as we bring our minds together to create synergy in this precious time, to elevate and bring equilibrium to the earth, one breath at a time. Here, we live from our soul's wisdom and purpose, rising together as the light and love we truly are, starting from within and connected to our higher self and divine guidance. We shine peace and joy that radiates out to every corner of the universe and all our relations. And so it is. Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back. How are you all doing? We have been doing some major healing over here at home. I've been tending to my family as this is the time for detox and slowing down as our bodies shift from all the summer activity, and now it's autumn, maybe even early winter vibes in South Dakota. So our podcast is arriving with a delay from our usual every other Tuesday morning publication. And it is very windy right now. We are getting those winter winds from Canada. So hopefully the sound will be all right for our episode today. And I am so happy to be back with you all. It feels like it has been a while. I almost feel a little bit out of practice talking into a mic. You also may have noticed that our show has a new sparkle in the name. We are now called the Empowered Soul Podcast, MC Mama Bird's Chirps. This shift is really about aligning with the heart of what we're doing here and creating a space where we rise and heal as we follow our soul's callings together. And it's still me, MC Mama Bird, sharing the same love, wisdom, and stories with you. The name just carries a bit more of the vision, and we want to thank you so much for being on this journey. Together, we're making this community so powerful and so sweet. This month, we have been journeying more deeply into the core of ourselves, our essence. We went from surrender and letting go intentions in Virgo and the 9 numerology of September to the 1 numerology of October with its activation energy, along with all the clearance that we have been doing in order to be balanced with the Libra energies, and soon with the healthier vibes that Scorpio is asking of us. This month is about contemplation and about our manifestations, soul nudges, and callings, since we are going to be starting a new 9-year cycle that will begin in January 2026. I have been feeling very called to do an episode talk on self-worth. It's not always the easiest subject for us, especially for us women. And honestly, I am still learning. I don't have all the answers, and I haven't always been impeccable with this one. I just keep showing up and renewing myself over and over again, returning to my inner wisdom and strength, especially as I mature into this next chapter of my life. There is so much to say about self-worth from the perspectives in the forthcoming chapters of Soul Wisdom, also from the harvest from my Kabbalah mentorship. And I also want to invite the Gayatri Mantra and yoga to this episode. So I'm thinking this is going to be a 2-parts episode. So this is part 1, and make sure you follow our show to receive part 2 when it publishes the following Tuesday morning. I invite you to investigate this packed theme with me. As you listen, let whatever comes up for you rise gently to the surface. And if you feel called, I would love to hear your reflections, and you can share your experiences in the comments. I would love for this to be a conversation, a collective inquiry into what self-worth means to each of us. Because self-worth is truly everything. It's the foundation of what we create, what we allow, how we love, and how we rise. And it's not just about honoring and protecting ourselves. It's also about valuing our energy, our space, our work, our creations, our closest relationships, and even those soul nudges that whisper what we're meant to do next. This theme aligns perfectly with the one energy we are in October. There's a lot of activation right now for our manifestation and our dreams. And it's the spark of new beginnings. In essence, the pulse of Source, and the reminder that it all starts from within, from the one, and from the beginning. As a yogi and also a lover of mantras, and I love mantras as healing tools, I've really been feeling deeply called to bring in the Gayatri Mantra here. I have other episodes earlier on in the show where I share some of my favorite mantras, and it's been tickling me for a while. Let's do the Gayatri Mantra. Let's do it. I just wasn't quite sure exactly when I would bring it in, but I feel like now is the time, especially with this topic, and especially how this topic relates to manifestation and the energy of the one. So finally, I feel like all of these dots are coming together to form the circle that we are creating in this moment in these episodes. And this mantra is an invocation to the radiant light, the light of the grand sun, and that light is within each of us. So it reminds us that we are divine luminosity. Chanting the Gayatri can illuminate our path as we're putting the pieces together for our manifestations from the inside out. We start to honor and appreciate ourselves as cosmic and holy beings. We are equipped with our unique gifts and lessons and wisdom that we have gathered across past lives and in the in-between incarnation experiences too. These are called in-between lives. Each challenge, each season, even our karma balancing moments and the accruing dharma from our accomplishments, they're all part of the beautiful tapestry of our soul's eternal journey. Because nothing in life is without a purpose. Even the pen, the spoon, the towel that drops to the floor, it has intention and it has reason. So let's dive in together into this epic, revelational, and sometimes jolting subject, self-worth. Let's get cozy within. Big breath. Grab a cup of tea, a soft blankie, your journal, or simply sit back and enjoy this journey inward. If you can't do the mini meditation bath that we're going to do right now, just let the words wash over you, as if this episode were a beautiful ambient song playing in the background of your flow. So let's begin. Let's start with quieting ourselves for a moment and going within in this mini meditation experience. Big inhale through the nose, and let's exhale through the mouth. And let's take another deep breath together, inhaling through the nose. And continue exhaling through the nose as we continue forward. Inhaling through the nose and out the nose at the rhythm of your own breath. Get comfortable and relax your muscles, your breath, your body. You may even choose to close your eyes for this one if you can. In this practice today, we honor who we are in all our fullness. And we give gratitude for all the miracles that had to align both on earth and in the divine realms to create this physical manifestation of you right here, right now. I want to especially give gratitude to who we have been and to everything that shaped us, even the difficulties and what we once called mistakes. Those moments are sacred teachers too, refining us, polishing us like sandpaper into the divine beings we are today. Beings who continue to grow and evolve with everything that comes our way. Now, how else would we know what we know now if it weren't for those hard chapters? So instead of pushing them away or belittling them or ourselves, let's love unto them and those younger versions of us. Let's acknowledge our younger selves, the versions of who we were just doing our best, and bless them for all that they have endured and learned. We came to Earth to evolve, to learn, and to ripen with awareness. And as we climb this eternal ladder of wisdom, we become powerful ripple effects, change makers, leaving the earth more luminous than we found it. And we can now breathe into our soft hearts. For many of us, it's been a rough season. Autumn has beautiful, colorful splendor, but it also invites us to shed, to release what has become too familiar or no longer nourishes us. And change isn't always easy. We each cope differently, and some of us have felt that in our relationships or our inner world. So let's breathe long and soft into those places that still ache. And let's call in forgiveness and our longtime friend compassion and the other angel of trust. Let's invite all of these ingredients into our journey today. Now, take a few more deep breaths as we invite our helpers and guides in spirit form too, especially our higher self, that commander-in-chief of our divine blueprint. Your higher self is that part of your soul that never incarnated. He or she is the keeper of your wisdom, the one who remembers it all across time and space. And just as space-time holds memory, your higher self is the repository, the archiver, and holds the memory of all your lives, your talents, your karma, and dharma. And that memory is always accessible simply by intention. Like the proton that never decays, your soul is eternal, steadfast in its missions and responsibilities, both here on earth and in the divine realms. So envision your higher self now, like a radiant orb of golden white light above you. Your HS for higher self loves it when we reconnect to him or her. Now let's visualize a luminous thread of energy connecting all your chakras, flowing from your root Muladhara into your sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, as it goes up to Manipura, your solar plexus, Anahata chakra, your heart, Vishuddha, your throat, and Ajna, the third eye. And then going up to Sahasrara, the crown, the 1,000 petals chakra. As this luminous thread goes up in energy, rising like a gentle feather going up in the air, it links directly to that brilliant orb of wisdom and love that is your HS, your higher self. This is your eternal self, infinite, patient, kind, and full of unconditional love for you. And your HS is supported by the divine realms. So we are never alone. You are always being cheered on, held, and guided, especially in the hardest moments. Breathe into that knowing. You and your HS are inseparable, always have been, and always will be. So when we talk to our higher self, talk to him or her like you would to your best friend, the one who listens without judgment and speaks with the purest honesty. And now from our heart, let's send our higher self and our spiritual supporters a big warm hug and thank you. And remember that your divine connections can never be severed. They are always there for you, waiting for your call for when you are ready. Take a few more deep breaths and gently return your awareness to your heart, your lungs, and your body. Sweetly place your hands over your heart. Feel the warmth of your palms against your skin, a gesture of reassurance and gratitude that we are here and coming back into our bodies, and that we are so grateful for these vehicles, these containers for our soul to experience this lifetime through us. slowly open your eyes, look around your space, and reconnect to your surroundings with a soft inner smile. A smile of appreciation for reality just exactly as it is, uncensored and alive. I hope that little meditation feels good in your body, your mental space, and your spirit right now. Intention is powerful, and it is the spark of creation, the engine that moves everything forward. And just like in the beginning was the Word, and let there be light, intention is that sacred word that sets the pulse into motion for creation. And with the intention we just did together in this meditation, for example, we've reconnected to our divine wisdom and to our higher self. We are now calmer, hopefully more balanced, and we get to receive balance between our inner and outer worlds, who we were and who we are, between giving and receiving, between the material and the spiritual, and between Earth and the divine realms that are just as real as Earth. The time has never been better to remember who we truly are in all our fullness and to explore more of our potential. Because the more we understand ourselves, the faster our possibilities expand, and the more we can create change in our worlds. Lately, I've been studying the design aspect of our soul, and these teachings have opened me to a wider view of who I am. I've come to understand that my higher self, that radiant, eternal part of me, is just as real and palpable as my incarnate body here on earth. And knowing this alone has profoundly deepened my sense of self-worth. Because if I only look at myself through this physical form, through this one life, I miss the bigger picture and the full appreciation of who I truly am as a guided being. So when we talk about self-worth, are we including this spiritual, eternal part of ourselves? That self that is interwoven with the universe and that has perhaps lived many, many lives and is guided by loving beings in the spirit world. The accomplished, wiser, higher self that has many jobs and responsibilities on the other side to help the universe's evolution. Are we taking into account the self that carefully prepared to come here, knowing Earth life would be challenging, and yet chose to incarnate out of courage and purpose? This is the self we want to honor today. So when we view ourselves through that divine lens, within the vastness of time and infinite chances to learn and grow, it is so hard not to be in awe of our own strength and capabilities. We are designed with such incredible talent and love. For instance, we're intuitive beings, and intuition is our walkie-talkie with spirit. So when we practice our intuition and then trust it, especially when doubts arise, we begin to notice how it gently leads us towards resolution and realignment. It's like a spiritual telephone cord, the invisible pathway connecting us to our higher self, our guides, and the divine realms. Intuition is also one of our greatest teachers. It invites us to pause and ask, is this my intuition or is this my fear? And that question is so natural and so real. I think over time, as we practice using our intuition in action, we start to recognize its distinct tone. The voice of fear feels tight, reactive, urgent, while the voice of intuition to me feels just more calm, wise, and confident. It's not something we're told, it's something we feel. So it's also connected to our senses, and it also expands to our capacities to interpret messages. Clairsentient, clairvoyant, clairaudient. So through which senses do you get to receive these messages? Do you hear? Do you feel tingles in your body? Do you see visually? So with intuition, it's like knowing the difference between marinara and Alfredo sauce, because once you've tasted both, you just know. And nobody can decipher that difference between intuition and fear like you yourself can. Truly, the knowing is in the doing here. And as you inquire within, you will know the answers and lead you to more freedom, more truth, rather than fear and contraction. And here's the beauty. Being intuitive doesn't mean we are fearless. It means acknowledging our fears, listening to what they're trying to tell us, and then gently redirecting them towards the light. So we treat our fears like we would our children or our fur babies, with love, patience, and understanding. Recently, I had a situation that really poked me, a deep soul nudge that wouldn't let me rest. My school was offering a retreat far away, and I felt so called to go. Naturally, I had a lot of fears come up. Long distance travel with a toddler, it's expensive. Wow, the logistics. I already have a lot going on in my life. Yet no matter how much I was reasoning with myself, my higher self kept whispering, keep looking, keep going. And I found myself searching for flights, asking questions, exploring possibilities, contacting my teachers, because deep down, I was so excited, even though I was hesitant to take that big, juicy bite into my dreams. So I had to face my fears, gently unraveling each thread. I watched videos of families traveling long distances with little ones, including one family who flew 19 hours in the world's longest flight from Australia to London with a toddler and an infant. And I thought, oh my God, if they can do it, well, maybe I can too. The more I explored, the more doors began to open. Pockets of money started to appear, affordable and cute lodging, perfect flight connections. I got accepted to the program as well from my teachers, and it was just a yes after yes after yes. And that was my higher self and my intuition guiding me every step of the way. And through that journey, I got to hear both voices, the voice of fear and the voice of intuition. And I got to learn how to tell them apart even more. So as we walk through our process, we meet every part of ourselves. The fears that were rooted in past lives, childhood fears, the ones that grew out of our cultural conditioning, or maybe our parents had a lot of fears too, and those got cemented into our essence. And the newer versions of myself the one that is aligned with my higher self and my angels and my spirit family in heaven, was able to help me to sort everything apart. Lately, intuition has been showing up everywhere in my studies and in my daily life. And of course, it's no coincidence. Here we are in October with the One Creative Force energy, and it's such the perfect time to honor intuition and put it into action, because intuition will precede the action of these dreams and manifestations and goals that we're working on. So the purpose of intuition is to guide us. It's the telepathic line between us and spirit. What some of my friends used to call the telepaphone, which I think is so cute. It connects us to our guides, our primary angel, or even our loved ones in heaven. It's alive and active, protective, and always in communication with us. The key is to practice, to open that line morning and night before sleep and meditation. And the spirit realm really rejoices when we do. They love when we acknowledge their presence, because it deepens our awareness that life is far more mystical than what we can sense with our 5 senses alone. So check in with what feels most aligned for you. Maybe it's connecting with your higher self, or maybe it's connecting with your guardian angel or a beloved relative in spirit. Choose the channel that feels right for you now, and let it evolve as your practice deepens. You can think of your higher self as your older, wiser version. Just like we talk to our younger selves with compassion, our HS is the fully realized, accomplished, deeply loving version of who we are becoming and mirroring. So here's some examples. You can ask your HS this way. Higher self, I'm having a really difficult time. Can you please guide me through this? Or, higher self, show me my soul's purposes. How am I doing? And what do I need to focus on next to grow and activate these missions? Or even further, hey, HS, can you tell me more about my soul's home? Where do I come from? What are my origins? What kind of soul type am I? She or he will answer because your HS grows too through you. The evolution is mutual. And this evolution is universal. From the little microscopic beings in life to the galaxies and the universe, everything is in perpetual motion and evolution. So your HS may guide you to notice your passions, the things that light you up, as clues to your divine work. Follow those joys, commit to them, build upon them, because those are the places where your HS will always nudge you forward. As we stay in this grounded, open-hearted state, continue to share your heart openly with your wise higher self. Explore and enjoy the process of self-discovery. It should be fun and playful too. And notice how signs and synchronicities begin to appear. Your senses light up and awaken with guidance about where to go next. Maybe it's a flutter in your tummy, a quickened heartbeat of excitement, a dream, or a miraculous event. These are all the ways that your higher self and the divine realms speak to you. And notice too how fear begins to lose its grip. as you strengthen these abilities, you start to recognize the true voice of your intuition and guidance, and you learn to trust what you receive. You can trust your messages. You can trust yourself and your higher self. Lately, 2 words have been echoing strongly through my teachings: trust and certainty. And they intertwine beautifully with self-worth. Trust in your strength and in your ability to resolve doubts with the power and guidance of the divine. We do our part, and then God, the Creator or the universe, does the rest. We don't have to control every detail or try to do God's job. When we move in harmony with creation, miracles and synchronicities are the norm. They just naturally unfold. When we cultivate this level of trust and certainty, we stop undervaluing ourselves. Our energy no longer flows towards self-doubt or self-depreciation because we begin to understand we are essential to the mysteries unfolding. We are essential to the mysteries unfolding. We are co-creators in evolution itself. When we admire life, ourselves, and the universe in awe, is there truly any room left for undermining our worth? We begin to build a quiet, unwavering certainty that our desires and goals are moving towards us and we towards them. And this becomes a sacred partnership with the divine. Let's remember there is no such thing as idealized perfection, not even in the divine realms. Evolution both here and there happens through tension and release, contraction and expansion, just like the breath of the universe. We often think Earth alone is imperfect, yet every realm learns and grows through challenge. So we can release the habit of punishing ourselves for our mistakes. We learn and grow as we go. The fears that sometimes govern us are not even born from this life. Some reach back through other incarnations. When we courageously sit with fear, inquire into it, and consult the archives of our higher self, fear transforms into wisdom. So be gentle with yourself and those who came before you, because these incarnations are rarely easy. Not for us and not for our ancestors either. Many low vibration beliefs and limitations just have been handed down through the generations. But with this work that we are doing, like right now, and through our awareness and expansion, we can heal and free ourselves. And this is important work, because doing your soul's callings and purposes is, just simply said, very hard to do when we have fear controlling us. So fear, in truth, is a teacher, because it shows us where we are still not free, where our soul work lies. Wherever you are on your spiritual path, remember that connection with your divine helpers, especially your higher self, is essential. And it's the one divine spiritual realm connector that we all share, no matter our soul origin or our soul type. We all have a higher self, and that's the common denominator. That's the part of our soul that stayed in spirit, because we're always connected to spirit, that did not incarnate. And only a percentage comes from that soul into our soul of the incarnation experience. And we have an umbilical cord connected to that HS. So thinking, I've got this on my own, I've got this, we hear that all the time, is actually very draining and illusionary, because we never co-create anything by ourselves. We're always in relationship to the elements and environment and each other. We are never truly alone. So it is not only okay, but divine, beautiful, and delicious to co-create with the strength and wisdom of your HS and the universe and the spirit world. So we've connected to our higher self through our mini meditation, and we've explored intention, the voice of fear, and self-worth through guidance and wisdom that our HS offers us, reminding us that this connection is always accessible and always present. And this feels like a perfect pause and a place to just relax, let it all sink in, and to take the week to practice tuning in to your HS and see what arises. Allow yourself to feel the vastness of your inner wisdom, the essence of your soul, as it speaks to you in subtle ways. So take a moment after this episode to journal what self-worth means to you. And meet me again for part 2, where we will anchor into your practice as we'll go deeper into our dive into the radiance that connects Kabbalah wisdom to our sense of self-worth. And we will explore how the Gayatri mantra beautifully supports and amplifies our soul's light, the journey of illumination, a reminder that we are both the vessel and the light itself, forever guided, forever supported. Thank you for sharing your precious time with us today. May it have nourished your dreams and your family. And stay close. I'd love to hear your reflections in the comments. And if this episode touched you, please leave us a rating or review. I often share them on the show, and I want to share one that warmed our hearts from Ava. Soulful insights, meaningful conversations. MC Mama Bird is inspiring beyond measure. Her beautiful soul shines through her topics, and she deeply cares about helping her listeners through meaningful conversations. Thank you, Ava. Thank you so much. That is so sweet and so beautiful. Your sprinkle of love means the world to me. And this community, which you're part of, is the reason this podcast exists. And we rise and vibe together in love. So thank you so much for that. For more information, visit the description below. And until next time, keep blooming exactly as you are and sending lots of love your way. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for listening to the Empowered Soul podcast, MC Mama Bird's Chirps, rooted in mama love and blossoming everywhere. If this episode touched your heart, I'd love for you to follow the show and share it with someone you love. There are lots of new creations blooming, so stay close and connect with us at healtruelove.com/links to sign up for my newsletter, follow our social posts, and explore more soulful offerings on YouTube and beyond. Until next time, keep blooming exactly as you are.